Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to another Watch with Nordic live commentary stream. And today is going to be a great one. We got the Colorado Avalanche wearing their Nordique jerseys today and the Montreal Canadiens. I'm very excited for this one. I decided for tonight to go with the Nordique theme. So we're rolling with the Nordique logo in the shots, the Nordique logo down here. We'll see how it's received. But I should preface by saying the Avalanche are wearing their Nordique jerseys. Wearing my Nordique shirt. I don't have my hat here, unfortunately. It's at my other house. But I had this game marked on my calendar since November. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've had this game marked on my calendar since then because I knew that with them wearing their Nordique jerseys, it was going to be a pretty damn fun night in terms of the overall theme. So let's do a little game preview here. You take a look at these two teams' record. Avalanche 35-7-9. They've dropped three of their last four. It's been pretty bad. For Colorado recently, a shootout loss to Anaheim, 2 regulation losses, including one last night against the Ottawa Senators. Not looking great right now. They did beat Toronto, but Toronto is Toronto currently. And as for Montreal, they are playing better as of late, 29-17-7, coming off of a 2-game losing streak. They got the win against Vegas the other night. So there is that. These two teams looking to pick up another win here tonight. The Avalanche obviously first in the NHL. Canadiens are, I believe, in the first wild card spot in the Atlantic. So you take a look at the starting goaltenders here for both sides. Pulling it up on screen, you have Scott Wedgwood in net for the Avalanche and Jakub Dobeš in net for the Canadiens. These are the two stats in terms of their Watch with Nordic commentaries. So as you can tell, Wedgwood in the 2 games I've streamed him in, he's been very, very good. Dobeš, not so good. And you take a look at their goaltending records here overall this season. Wedgwood 23-5 and .918. Dobeš 16-5-3 with an .884 as we get ready for puck drop here in just a moment from Montreal. And it's been a long time since we've seen these blue jerseys sported in the same building. Showing off Nathan MacKinnon there in that jersey. Leading off here tonight. Leads the league with 38 goals. The last time these two teams played against each other regarding Quebec and Montreal was April 26, 1995, following the relocation of the Avalanche to Colorado. And today, it's not necessarily the Nordiques, but they're wearing those jerseys tonight. It's the Avalanche and the Canadiens. And we are underway. Face-off is won back then by Colorado, intercepted by Montreal. The blue line, they go off sides. Caulfield forced to play that one back down low. Off the boards now, backhanding it down low. Makar plays it back. And off the boards, then Malinsky back to MacKinnon. MacKinnon now through center to Natchez. Natchez pass to Makar. Makar moves in. Shot denied by Dobeš with the pad. Picked back up then by MacKinnon. Natchez fires it again into the chest of Dobeš. And the Avalanche are off to a hot start here in Montreal already. Thank you for liking, Bon. Yeah, like the stream, guys, of course, if you're new. So again, as I said in the pre-log, these two teams in regards to Quebec, the last time Quebec played Montreal was April 26, 1995. That was 11,236 days ago. Or in which case, nearly 31 years since the last time those two teams have played each other, which is crazy to think. But that was like 12 years before I was born. If you guys want to feel old. Avalanche have it here in their own zone. It's MacKinnon. Pass to center, then Natchez comes in, tried to move it in front. It was poke checked away there by Goulet. Picked back up then by Texier, who tries to move it to center. Stolen back then by the Avs, and puck slides into the Canadian zone for an icing against the Avalanche. Already some great chances here from Colorado to open this one up. Great pass in front from McKinnon to Natchez. A good poke by Caden Gooley to get that puck away from Natchez in front. Here's Hudson now at the point, down low. A shot, they score! Noah Dobson on the one-timer. And the Canadiens' defense keeps on cooking. It's 1-0 early. Noah Dobson wasting no time tonight on the first shot for Montreal. His 10th goal of the season. The 45th assist for Lane Hudson this season as well. And Noah Dobson with a nice little 1-T there, and we have a 1-0 hockey game here in Montreal. Face-off one again then by the Canadiens. They dump it down low. It's picked up by Brent Burns, who will bank it off the boards, trying to move it through center now with speed as Natchez. Natchez pass ahead into the zone, trying to deke it in as Nichushkin. Played back up to the point now Manson. Manson moves in, fires it, and that one goes above the net. Back up to the point, Burns. Keeps it in, will shoot it down low. Habs get it back. Off the board, Slavkovsky, stolen back then by Brock Nelson, who has been red hot here as of late. Leads the NHL in goals since the calendar year flicked over to 2026. Down low here now in the Colorado end, it's Nichushkin who will hold that puck. Trying to break that one through center. Olofsson, back to Nichushkin. Nichushkin, cross-ice pass to the point then, dumped down low by Girard. And now Arbor Jackeye picks it up down low as Montreal will hold the puck. 2 minutes gone in this first period. And the Canadiens on their first shot of the game of a quick and early 1-0 lead. Down low now, Jackeye back over then. And he'll break it through center. Try to throw a breakout pass there. It was intercepted by Colorado. They dump it into the Montreal zone. Now Dobish looking for a way to play that puck around. Fed back up to the point then by Girard. Girard down low into the corner. Drury. Back to Colton. Colton with it now. Feeds it up to the point. Shot from Burns is blocked. Taken back then by the Avs. Girard will move to center. He fires it. And it deflects off his stick. And quickly out of play. So it'll be Dobson from Lane Hudson and Uri Slavkovsky. Face-off coming here now in the Montreal zone. It's going to be Jake Evans versus Parker Kelly as both teams' bottom six is out there. At the point now, Manson a shot. It's blocked in front. Now cleared back to center. It was Noah Dobson, FTM. Cleared down low now. It's Hudson battling for it alongside the likes of Gavin Brindley, young player traded to Colorado from Columbus last offseason. Pass all the way up then for Boldu. Will slide in on Wedgwood. He will make the save and cover up. So again, anybody who's wondering why I have the Nordiques colors up here, I do need to say yet again that it is the Avalanche's jerseys tonight. They are wearing their Nordique jerseys. Do have to preface that. Face off here now in the Colorado zone. It's one back by the Habs down low. Caulfield feeds it into the corner for Suzuki. Back up top, Matheson trying to keep that one in. Suzuki jabbing at it. It's broken free then by the Avs, but pass back up to the Canadiens defense, and a chance for Matheson goes into the Colorado bench. Avalanche on the second half of a back-to-back. They lost 5-2 against Ottawa, and 4 regulation losses in their last 10. If I'm correct, only like the, first, half of the year, they only had, 2. So it's become a pretty rare commodity to see this team lose in regulation, but it's becoming more common now. Here's McKinnon, a backhand down low. It goes into the glove of Dobish, who will cover up. That technically does not really count as a shot, I believe. And showing off Dobish here, who obviously the goaltending has changed here. They fired the goaltending coach in Montreal, promoted the guy from Laval. And now he is up there with the team, and we'll see how those guys work out. Shot from the point goes all the way wide. Up top, Malinsky clears it down low then for McKinnon. Stolen back by Suzuki. Nick Suzuki out to center. Racing forward with speed as Texier. Stolen back by Malinsky, who's being hit off the boards there. Cleared down low into the Colorado zone. I do got to say, seeing Wedgwood with those pads, man, they look awesome. Puck is tipped all the way into the Montreal zone. It's Hudson now who will clear them off the boards all the way back into the Colorado end. Now Manson, cross ice pass forward for Nelson. Nelson, 3-on-3, shoots it, he scores! Brock Nelson, the league's hottest scorer, ties the game. And you see all the Nordique jerseys collectively stand up and cheer as Brock Nelson, goal number 28 on the year. He has been absolutely electric this season for Colorado. And the Avalanche have tied the game, assisted by Manson and Girard. What a season for Brock Nelson, man. It's been phenomenal. Nelson's career high in goals came in 21-22, where he scored 37 with the New York Islanders. And it's looking like the further and further we go on, he's only 10 goals back from breaking that. Had a hat trick against Toronto on Sunday. Play down low now. Hudson banks it off the boards, trying to move that one to center. Cleared down low for Sam Girard, who will hold that puck behind the net. Girard passed all the way through center. Racing forward is Nichushkin. Now Dobish behind his own net will bank it off the boards. Back to Bolduc on the right side. Evans. Cross-ice pass over there for Dobson, who can't really keep that puck. Now Olofsson will bank it into the Montreal zone. Xhekaj trying to poke check that one ahead. Shot from the point goes wide. Now Burns battling for it down low, trying to feed that puck up to the point. Hudson gets it back. Down low. Off the boards now. It's taken back by Jake Evans, who will break it through center. Evans pass back to Bolduc. They're the only two in the zone currently for Montreal. Evans back to the point to Xhekaj, and he can't get a clear pass on. It goes back into the Montreal zone for Carrier to give it back to Suzuki. Back up to Carrier, tries to break it in. Stolen back by Colorado, and we get a whistle blown here. And a penalty coming up against the Avalanche. So Montreal will get the first power play of the night here in the Bell Center, as Keaton Middleton, who was called out from the AHL a few days ago, will head to the box. And it's a cross-checking call there on Middleton. Thank you all for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate it. Power play here now for the Habs. Face-off won by the Avalanche. They try and clear. It's kept in by Caulfield. Here they come the other way. It's intercepted. Through the zone, Drury. Shorthanded pass over. Slides just wide as Manson was with him. And now Montreal racing back with speed the other way. Slavkovsky into the zone. Down low then Suzuki. Suzuki to Caulfield. Caulfield to Hudson. Hudson back over. A shot by Demidov. It goes in. Suzuki on the rebound. And it's 2-1. 2 goals on 2 shots for Montreal. And a power play goal that did not take long. Lane Hudson, multi-point night. And the Canadiens already regained the 1-goal lead. And again, it's off of the Lane Hudson, power play quarterback. This kid's absolutely incredible at moving that puck. Gives it to Demidov, takes the shot. It's blocked in front. Rebound there for Suzuki, who puts it past Scott Wedgwood. And we have a 2-1 hockey game here, and that really did not take long whatsoever. So Blackwood played last night. against the Sens. I wonder, because again, this is Scott Wedgwood's first game since January 21st. He's missed a couple of days here. It's been Blackwood and even Isaac Posch came up for Colorado on Sunday. Here's a shot from the point denied by Wedgwood. There's his first save of the game. Down low now, Natchez. Played back for Malinsky. We'll bank it out to center. We got another penalty coming here. This time it's against Montreal. And we will see that Avalanche power play get to work here in this opening period. It's going to be Josh Anderson who will head to the box. But nonetheless, 2 shots for Montreal, 2 goals. And it is 2-1 Habs here in period number 1. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, subscribe down below if you're new. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, bringing plenty more people here into the commentary. And I can already tell this is going to be some kind of goalie show here tonight. That's for sure. You take a look at the status report here that we got from NHL.com. The Avalanche obviously did not hold a morning skate this morning following the 5-2 loss to Ottawa last night. Wedgwood starting here for his first game after Blackwood last night allowed 3 goals on 21 shots in his 3rd straight start. Dobish, again, starting consecutive games for the first time since mid-December. And then the Canadiens basically just riding the same roster they've had here for the 3rd straight game. They're keeping Blais, Struble, Veleno out of the lineup. And good on them. It's worked out well for them. Obviously, that win against Vegas on Tuesday. I believe that was Tuesday, right? All right. Commercial break coming up here in commercial break almost done here in just a moment. It'll be an Avalanche power play. Colorado's power play, not the greatest that it's been. Do I think Montreal can be a cup contender next few years? I mean, some would argue they're a contender now. I don't think they're there just yet. There's a few things that need to be addressed. I think when Michael Hage gets here and he fully starts playing at the level that we think he can, I think they're going to be really dangerous. They're dangerous now with how Caulfield's playing and all that. I also think if they could get some better goaltending too, their goaltending numbers have not been what has been desired. But yes, I do think so. They're on the right track. Power play here for the Avalanche. They keep it in the zone. Natchez cross-ice pass to Makar. It's forced to come out of the zone. They'll regroup here now in the Colorado end. Makar drops it back to Natchez. Natchez back to McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon to Natchez, intercepted by the Habs. They will just immediately clear the other way. Now Wedgwood out of his own net here to play the puck. Here's Cale Makar. Makar drops it back for Natchez. Marty Natchez here breaking it through center. We'll drop it back to McKinnon. McKinnon into the zone. Back over then for Olofsson. We'll dump that one around behind the net for Nelson. Nelson trying to poke check that one away. Olofsson down low. Victor Olofsson clears it around behind the net. Stolen back then by the Habs. Here they come. 2-on-1. It's Evans into the zone with Denault. Evans will decide to loop around and run down the time. And we're already halfway through the power play. Olofsson through the zone now. Natchez drops it back to Makar. Makar to Natchez, who can't fully keep that puck on his stick. Down low in the corner now. Matheson back to Demidov, who will backhand that one all the way the other way. He'll send Suzuki. Suzuki 1-0. He's in! He scores! Nick Suzuki, shorthanded goal. His second of the night. And it's 3-1 Montreal. He got him on the backhand. Nick Suzuki with 2 already. Oliver Kapanen with the great send. Wow. Shorthanded goal for Suzuki, followed by a power play goal from him earlier in the period. And he is hot. And perfect read there by Suzuki. Again, you see Makar there on the wall. You see an open ice pass. Kapanen gives it to him. Bang, bang, down the other way. 3-1 Montreal. Already a 4-goal period here in the Bell Center. 3-1 lead for the Canadiens. Suzuki, his 18th goal of the year, assisted by Kapanen and Matheson. Dumping it down low into the zone now, racing forward with speed is Colton. Time winds down on the power play. That is Montreal's 5th shorthanded goal this season. And they are up by 2 as the power play comes down to a close. And I mean, again, you can't complain. Here's Burns now dropping it back to Brindley. Brindley through the zone. Pass is intercepted then as the power play comes to a close. Great kill by Montreal. I don't even believe they allowed a shot during that whole stretch. Here's Josh Anderson now the other way. Stolen back by Girard. Played over then by Sam Malinsky, who will bank that one into the Montreal zone. Played with the stick of Dobish. Off the boards now. Montreal will clear all the way back into the Colorado zone. Just wide of Wedgwood for another icing. So Nick Suzuki, multi-point game. Lane Hudson, multi-point game. And the Canadiens have a 2-goal lead here, not even halfway through the opening period. And again, it was just a perfect backhand, forehand play there for Nick Suzuki. Shot from the right side, and the Montreal zone goes wide. Another chance goes up and out of play. And again, you talk about Colorado. They're 4-4-2 in their last 10. They've lost 3 of their last 4. As I said initially, it's been a rough time. It's been a rough time here as of late for the Avalanche, but you go through those rough stretches. It definitely happens. It's overall not been very pretty, though, for Colorado the last couple of games, and this game is a continuance of that. I know, they're too far away, but I would love to go. It's just not possible. I don't have the money to go to that Penn State game. Backhanded down low into the Montreal zone. Jack-Eye will bank it off the board. Trying to play that one to center was Bolduc. Down low now. Pass up to the point for Manson. He can't keep that one exactly. It'll come back out to center. Now Girard regroups here in the Colorado zone. Manson clears it down low. Approaching the halfway mark here of the first period. Bolduc trying to poke check that one ahead. Down low now with the puck. And off the boards, Drury feeds it up to the point for Girard, who can't keep it. And now regrouping with it is Cale Makar. Cale Makar through center, banks it off the boards. Now McKinnon dumps it down low, racing forward with speed as Natchez, battling for it then with Matheson. At the point, down low, tipped just wide of Dobish. McKinnon to Makar, shoots it, and it goes wide. Malinsky now racing for it. Recently signed a 4-year extension. Pass in front for Lehkonen. He can't get the shot on. Yeah, I know. Martone's going to be great. Makar trying to feed it up to the point. Getting tied up there by Kapanen. Fed out to center. Suzuki clears it down low. It's stolen back then by Malinsky. Shots are 5-4. So NHL TSN's just lying to me. Makar. Pass through center. Through the zone now. Nelson intercepted there by the Habs. Demidov trying to race that one through center. Burns trying to play that one to center. They will get it there. Here is Olofsson with speed. Olofsson comes in. Gets broken up there by the Montreal defense. Down low now Slavkovsky battling with Olofsson. Huge hit there by Nichushkin on Struble. And now he gets knocked down. Now Nelson playing it back. Nichushkin picks it up. A lot of fumbling bodies there on the ice. A lot of sticks in different places. Burns' shot is blocked. Comes back out to center. Habs will get it back. Carrier trying to play that one through. Stolen back by Burns. Trying to send a cross-ice pass for Brindley, who has been a young player who has worked out well in Colorado. Now here's the rookie, Ivan Demidov. Gets knocked off the puck there by Middleton. Picked back up behind the net then by Burns. Burns in the Colorado zone. Bank to center as Jack-Eye getting into it there with Parker Kelly. Now Malinsky. Off the boards for Brindley. Backhands it down low. Xhekaj. Over to Lane Hudson. Hudson to center. Gallagher nearly got knocked down there by Manson. Now Brindley gets it back. Pass to center. And could not get a stick on that puck. It's been very physical here so far. A lot of sticks in the areas of pucks. But still 4 goals here tonight. 3-1 Montreal. Dumped into the zone. Now Brindley gets it back. A bouncing puck is blown dead for an offsides. Less than 8 minutes to go here in period number 1. Nick Suzuki with 2 goals already. And the Habs lead by 2. And with that, for those who were in yesterday's stream, you will know we are starting a brand new series on the channel. It is Watch with Nordic Trivia. So every first period I will be asking a question about either of these two teams or one of these two teams. And I'll be asking the question in the first period. I'll show it off a couple of times throughout the game. And then I will answer the question in period number 3. So here is the question here tonight. Cole Caulfield became the fastest Montreal Canadien since 89-90 to score 30 goals in a single season. Who are the fastest players to score 30 goals in both the Canadiens and the Nordiques' history? Now, I do need to say this. Colorado's history is not included in this question. So I think, like, the record probably is held by McKinnon or something like that. But we're not going off of Colorado's history. We're going off of Quebec's history. So it makes it a little bit more difficult. You can leave your answer in the chat. I will not tell you whether you are correct or incorrect. There's really nothing to it either. We will reveal the answer at the 3rd period. So fun little thing we're doing there to start this one off. We'll be having one tonight as well. We are streaming Ducks and Canucks later tonight here at 10 p.m. I should also say this too. You don't have to guess how many games. You don't have to guess how many games because that's a little too complicated. If you want to, I'm not going to stop you. I will tell you one of them is 38. The other is 34. So there you go. But I won't give you any other answers as opposed to that. One of them was a long-time Nordique. The Nordique that broke the record was a long-time Nordique. Down low now off the boards, Kirby Dach battling for that puck alongside Brindley. Down low, trying to play that as Kiviranta. Makar down low here in the corner, trying to feed a pass to center. Stolen back then by Montreal. It's Evans who will try and play it to center. Boldu intercepted by the Avalanche and cleared all the way back into the Montreal zone. It'll be the Avalanche. The Avalanche will be affiliated with them. Through center now, it's Lehkonen trying to play that puck. Stolen back then by the Habs pretty quickly. Matheson off the boards. Evans back to Boldu. Boldu will break it into the zone. He's knocked off the puck as it's dumped back down low. Now Brent Burns will try and feed a pass to center. Matheson back for Suzuki. Back over then for Texier, who will backhand that one down low. Off the boards now, Josh Manson. Manson will hold that puck here now in the Avalanche zone. And try and break it through center. Burns dumps it down low. Lehkonen in the corner, battling for it with McKinnon. Caden Gooley trying to break that one off as well. Now Natchez here down low, feeds it up to the point. Gerard back to Natchez. Natchez can't keep it on a stick. Evans to Matheson. Matheson banked over then. Makar trying to keep that one in. It'll do so successfully. Backhanded around now behind the net. Stolen back then by the Habs. It'll be Gooley, who will bank it out to center. Racing forward with speed now Suzuki. Suzuki drops it back to Texier. Texier down low, intercepted by Natchez. Marty Natchez over then for Cale Makar. Makar through center. Comes in, dekes around, and can't get that one past the likes of Hudson. Off the boards now, it's Kapanen trying to race to that puck. Played down low then by Jakub Dobish. Here's Ivan Demidov now through center. Demidov with speed. Fires it. He fumbles the puck, and his stick shatters into, I think that's like 3 or 4 different pieces there. That's kind of impressive. Here's Lane Hudson. Pass back down low. Slavkovsky comes in, gets knocked off the puck by Olofsson. Pass over. Demidov a new stick. Jabbing at that puck. It comes loose. Back over then for Hudson. Hudson loops it around past Nelson. Hudson trying to take that one down low. Pass behind the net then to Demidov. Demidov to Kapanen in front. Shot wide. Slavkovsky back to Demidov. To Kapanen. Poke checked. And comes out of the zone. And it'll go out of play as well. And what a sequence of events here in Montreal. Demidov, his stick just absolutely shatters as he's coming in to take a shot. He gets a new one, but he cannot convert. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below. Like the stream also. I should say this again. There are 2 different answers. So there's 2 different names that you have to use. Just want to put that out there for that question. I think I'm going to try and say them during the intermissions as well so people don't forget. I'll keep updating you guys with it. But there's really nothing really to track it with. It's just a fun little thing I'm going to do every single game. There's one for next game as well. So, just makes things fun. So, Noah Dobson, Brock Nelson, and 2 goals from Nick Suzuki in 2 different ways, which is kind of cool. Makes it a 3-1 lead here for Montreal. Already been a great game so far. Less than 5 minutes to go in the first period. All right, face-off coming up here now in the, I think it'll be in the Avalanche zone still, if I'm correct. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but anyway. Yeah, face-off in the Colorado zone. It'll be Colton against Denault. Philip Denault recently, well, not really recently anymore. He was acquired by Montreal, I think before the roster freeze. Here's Denault back to Slavkovsky down low. We'll bank it around behind the net, then to Gallagher. Gallagher tied up down low now. Drury pass to center, goes up in the air. Now taken back and dumped down low by Anderson. Gerard behind the net to Manson. Manson trying to play it here through center, kept in the zone. Jack-I trying to dump it down low. Stolen back then by the Habs. Avalanche get it back. Through center, Kiviranta to Colton. Cross-ice pass to Gerard, who will dump it down low. Habs doing a good job at kind of keeping the Avalanche to the outside. Here's Kiviranta's shot, goes wide of Dobish. Of course it's 2-0 Boston. I've given up on the Flyers. I've given up. Puck is banked into the Colorado zone for another icing against Montreal. Shots are 6-3 in favor of Montreal. They've been the better team here so far, definitely. You look at the scoring leaders amongst defensemen. Cale Makar with 56 points. Lane Hudson with 54 points. Makar is the first defenseman to rank first in points in consecutive years since 99-2000, when the great Nicholas Lidstrom did that. Lidstrom, Red Wings legend. Face-off won by the Avalanche in the Montreal zone. It's Makar moving it here at the point. Makar backhands it down low. Racing for it then is Lehkonen, who will try to get that puck free in the corner from Xhekaj. Off the boards now, Natchez down low. Broken up then by Philip Denault, who will try to move it here through center. Now Suzuki will bank that one down low. Malinsky. Back to Natchez here now through center. Marty Natchez will dump that one into the Montreal zone. Matheson off the board. Stick shatters there for Lehkonen. Fed back up to the point. Makar will be forced to bring it out. Whistle's blown anyway. I think for an offsides. It might have went offsides. Ironically, about these two teams when they played the last time back in Colorado, November 29th, it was a 7-2 steamroll of the Avalanche. They defeated Montreal, scoring 7 on 36. You saw numerous different players get on the board. Nathan MacKinnon looks like he had, 3 points in that game. Face-off now outside of the Montreal zone, off the boards for Bolduc. I have no idea what you're saying, Rick. I don't know who you're referring to. Here's Evans banking it down low then for Matheson. Middleton fighting for it down low, banked off the boards to center. Canadiens trying to keep that one down low. Pass back to the point. Doc over then for Matheson. Shoots it down low to the corner. Now cleared to center by Bardakov. Montreal gets it back. Here's Evans. Backhand, handing it down low. Bolduc. Back to Evans. Back to Bolduc at the point. Hudson. Hudson sends it down low behind the net. Trying to move that puck is Kirby Dach. Loops it around. Good look by Brent Burns here to keep him to the outside. Trying to throw a wraparound pass. It went through. And back up to the point for Hudson. Hudson pass up top. Dobson fires it into the pads of Wedgwood. And now Brindley banks it out the center. Racing forward is Bardakov. Taken back then by Demidov. Shot 7-3 Montreal here in this opening period. Cleared down low. Manson battling forward. Tried to slide a pass in front. Demidov to the point. Intercepted then by the Avs. Through his legs. Olofsson into the zone. Comes in. Has some room. Forced to loop around as he's tied up. Back up to the point, Girard. Girard shoots it, blocked. Through the traffic. Slavkovsky now to Demidov. Demidov into the zone, trying to throw a pass to Kapanen. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. It's Nelson, who will settle that puck down. Now Olofsson banking it past Matheson. He'll hold him against the corner. 1:30 left to go here in the first period. Down low now, Matheson. Loops the puck back around. We'll move it here below the goal line. In the Montreal zone, trying to turn around Natchez and send a breakaway the other way. Puck is banked down low now, Suzuki. Back over for Caulfield. Thrown around then behind the net. Here comes Montreal approaching the last minute of play. Natchez over Malinsky. A shot save. Rebounded from MacKinnon. What a block by Gooley. If that even was him. Unbelievable. Fed back up to the point. Makar will dump it around behind the net. Picked back up by Suzuki. Trying to clear that one to center. Colorado keeps it in. Malinsky down low. MacKinnon trying to feed a pass to center. Stolen back by the Habs with 40 seconds to play. Texier will flick that one in. It goes out of play. "24 seconds to go." Should make that known. 24 seconds left to play. As always, thank you all so much for tuning in. What a start to this stream. As always, if you're new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. It helps out with the engagement. Through the zone now, Montreal battling for it. Whistle is blown for an offsides against the Avalanche. Oh, that's who you meant. Yeah. No, it's Goulet. Face-off here now. Outside of the Montreal zone. Played down low then with the puck. Hudson banks it off the boards. Now Gallagher through center then. Demidov shot. Denied there by Wedgwood with the pad. Colton trying to clear it around. Kiviranta kept in by Gallagher. Gallagher over to Anderson. A shot denied by Wedgwood. 3 seconds, 2-1 behind the net. Backhand on, goes wide, and the buzzer blows. This is a good one, though. I totally agree. 20 minutes of play here in the books in this first period. 2 goals from Nick Suzuki. Noah Dobson picks one up as well. It's a 3-1 lead for Montreal at the end of 20 minutes of play. And that being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the start of the second period momentarily. And in light of that, in just a moment here, we will go over the first period, go over the 15 other games going on tonight, and talk about recent news around the NHL in just a moment. And while I take a second to catch my breath, here is the trivia question. And you guys can think about that as we get ready for our intermission report. Pull the stream up on the computer. Don't need the lineup anymore. Got 2 clips going up. I got the Suzuki second goal and the Dobson opening goals coming up as commentary clips. So let me set myself up for that one here really quick. Yeah, quite an insane first period. You saw Montreal start off red and running off that draw. It was Lane Hudson feeding that pass to Noah Dobson to make it a 1-0 lead for Montreal. It's off the draw. It's played back then by Slavkovsky, who gives it up to Hudson. Dobson's open there on the 1T, and he shoots it past Wedgwood. That was Montreal's first shot of the game. Okay, I guess I'm not doing the Dobson one because I barely have the clip. Brock Nelson would tie the game not long after. It was just a simple pass from Girard to Manson, cross-ice pass. They see Nelson open up on the bench side. He moves to center, just comes in, shoots it right from the right side slot, and ties the game up at 1 apiece. And then Suzuki, his first goal, comes off of a rebounded Demidov shot on the power play. It's, again, good movement by Montreal. If you follow Suzuki on that play, he goes from behind the net in front, reads the play, sees Demidov coming in for the shot, screens him, gets the rebound on Wedgwood, and it's a 3-1 hockey game. That shorthanded goal, you see the IQ from Suzuki yet again. It's a tie-up against the boards with Kapanen and Nelson, and he sees Makar up on the wall. Suzuki comes right in, goes backhand on Wedgwood, and he has 2 here tonight. It's 3-1. And it could not be a better way to start this game off. 4 goals tonight, multi-point games from Hudson, Suzuki, and already looking like a great one here tonight. Take off all the goal visualizers there. Never pulled up the stream, my bad. Great start by the Habs. Shots 9-4. All right, I didn't look at them yet. It says 9-5 on the NHL app, so I'm gonna go off of that. All right. See you, Bond. Have a good evening. Thank you for tuning into the stream. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah. All right, just doing a clip here really quick. 2 more games to the Olympics. Is that how many Montreal has till the Olympics? Yeah, Nick Suzuki scoring 2 goals 2 different ways. That's pretty impressive. And great to see also. I don't know why my computer keeps doing that. All right, 3-1 Montreal. Let's go over the other games around the NHL. Again, there's 14 other games going on right now around the league. All but 2 teams are playing here on this Thursday night. As my voice decides to burp at that time. 2-0 Bruins and Bruins Flyers. Zaka and Arvidsson get the goals in that one. Kings and Sabres, 2-0 Sabres. Samuelson and Tuck with those goals. Jets and Lightning is a 1-0 lead for Tampa Bay. Dominic James with his 5th goal of his NHL career. You take a look at Predators and Devils, 1-0 Nashville in that game. Michael McCarron makes it a 1-0 lead for Nashville. Rangers and Islanders tied 0-0 at the end of the first period of that game. Blackhawks Penguins tied 1-1 in the first intermission of that game. Mammoth Hurricanes, 1-0 Hurricanes, and Caps Red Wings is 1-0 Caps. We sure that's correct, though? No way. So I guess apparently Patrick Kane's record-breaking point to make him the most points by a U.S.-born player was called off due to offsides. That's gotta suck. Three more games before the break? Yeah. All right. Uploading the Suzuki shorthanded goal clip to the channel. Other games going on later tonight. Panthers and Blues in St. Louis. Flames and Wild, I believe, is in Minnesota. Sharks and Oilers is in Edmonton. I would love to do a commentary of those 2 teams. Do they play each other more times this? I feel like they haven't played each other that much this year. Oh, it's the first game. I'd love to hear that. Hopefully there's some 10 p.m. matchups in there. I see April 8th. That's a Wednesday, right? Ooh. All right, get prepared for April 8th, guys. We'll be streaming that game. Yeah, so Sharks and Oilers. And then there's 3 10 p.m. games tonight. We have Ducks and Canucks. I'll be live for that one. Golden Knights and Stars. And then Kraken and Maple Leafs are the 3 10 p.m. games here on the docket tonight. All right, just updating that super quickly. There we go. All right, next up, news around the NHL. There's a couple of things that are worth talking about. First off, the 2027 Stadium Series has been officially announced, and it's going to be Dallas versus Vegas in Texas. I like it. I think those are 2 teams that are definitely rivals for sure. It'll be a fun game. And definitely interesting there for sure. Apart from that, not a whole lot of news to really report on. It's been kind of a tame day. Since last night, Panarin obviously was scratched from the Rangers. He will not probably play again until after he's traded. So I imagine that's going to be soon. We did hear a report from Kevin Weeks. I'm trying to pull it up here super quickly from Weeks. He listed the teams that are interested in Artemi Panarin. So, per the sources that Kevin Weeks had, these are the teams that are interested or have kicked tires on Artemi Panarin: Anaheim, Los Angeles, San Jose, Vegas, Dallas, Utah, Colorado, Minnesota, Seattle, Toronto, Carolina, Washington, Tampa Bay, and NYI, the Islanders. There are more clubs expected to join that list of talks, including Montreal probably. Sunday, Boston, Tampa outdoor. Yeah, I'll be live for that. I meant 2027. 2027 Stadium Series, not 2026. If I said 26, I apologize. Yeah, the Leafs have kicked off. I think that's not surprising. I think every team will look in on him, including like Montreal and Anaheim, and yeah, they're probably selling. I mean, like, who knows? Maybe they try and pull off something big. You got to remember, it's Brad Treliving. It's Brad Treliving. So he's bound to do anything. Just going to be honest with you. Oh my God, the women's start next Wednesday. Jesus. Things better get interesting.
Well, tonight was 11,236 days in the making. April the 26th, 1995 was the last time the Canadiens and the Nordiques played against one another in the NHL. The end of an era. There was so much that went on.
All right. Update the all-time score sheet. Any questions you guys have? Just going to give my voice a chance to rest itself here. Commentated a lot of games this month. Some days I start and I feel like my voice just like dying. 2026 Heritage Classic is Habs Jets. Yep. That'll be a good game. That will be a good game for sure. That was Noah Dobson's first goal on a commentary stream. Assisted by Hudson. Who we commentated his brother's first NHL goal. It's kind of cool. They're showing the, on my screen right now, they're showing the history of these two teams, like in the playoffs and such. It's kind of cool. Again, I'm going to make some of the people here who were alive to see Quebec, I'm going to make you feel old, but the last time Quebec played a game was like 12 years before I was born. So, it's been quite a long time. I would love for him to get another NHL team. It's just, it's not going to happen in Gary Bettman's world. In another world, maybe. But in Gary Bettman's world, you can just forget about it. I'm sorry. Sorry to say. So, yeah, I'm 18. Been doing this since I was 12. It's nuts. But, yep, I'm 18. Watching Detroit game, is hearing that Kane's going to do it. Yeah. He apparently had it, but it was called off for offsides. Which is like such an L Caps move. You should appreciate history. Nobody did that for Ovi. Nobody called the goal offside for Ovi or nothing. So, just saying. Detroit's so annoying with this one more point. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all they got to hold on to right now. I mean, they're a good team. Shouldn't call them a bad team. But all right, second period coming up in just a moment here in Montreal. Don't worry, you're gonna hear it until it until it happens. It is a piece of history. I mean, it was kind of the same thing. I actually kind of heard it with Ovechkin. People were tired of hearing about Ovechkin, which is understandable. But you do have to acknowledge that it is like history that is happening. So they're obviously going to talk about it all the time. I know when I was doing Detroit streams, I was talking about it a lot. So Kane has the most points. He's tied. And he scored a point to break it, but then it was called off for offsides. And they're talking about it nonstop in that game. But it makes sense, honestly. I'm not surprised by that. All right. Almost ready for the start of the second, guys. And now we're ready. Okay, let's get ready for the start of period number 2 here between the Colorado Avalanche and the Montreal Canadiens here tonight. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Noah Dobson, Brock Nelson, and 2 from Nick Suzuki there in that opening period. Stats through 20 for both sides. Shots were 9-5 Montreal. Face-off percentage was 52% in favor of the Canadiens. Power plays, Avalanche 0 for 1. Montreal 1 for 1. Hits were 12-8 Colorado. Block shots were 7-1 Colorado. What's up, Rock and Roar? Yeah, Montreal's been a really fun team this year. Sucks I haven't streamed them more, but whenever I stream them, they lose. So, all right, period number 2 is underway. Habs pick up the puck. They will backhand it into the Colorado zone. Malinsky will break it through center. Malinsky up to Natchez. Natchez moves to center. Denied by Dobich. Rebound was there. Stolen back then by the Habs. Here they come with speed. It's Texier. Banks it off the boards. Back into the Colorado zone. Off the boards. Natchez battling for it. Played back there then by Lekin. And delayed penalty here against Colorado, and Montreal will get a shot here on the power play. It appears. So early power play there for the Habs. And or is it on Montreal? No, it's on Montreal. I'm sorry. It's a Colorado power play. I apologize. I saw the play incorrectly. I apologize. Oops. He's a Bruins fan. Face off here now in the Montreal zone. Power play here for the Avalanche. Remember the last time Colorado was on the power play, the Habs scored shorthanded. Here they come through center into the zone. It's Philip Denault. Down low now with the puck, battling forward with Natchez. Denault tried to clear that one away. Stolen back then by Cale Makar, who will look to break it through center. Natchez steals it back. We just crossed the 1,000 view mark on this stream. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate it. Here's Makar through center. Makar comes in, fires it into the chest of Dobish, and he covers up any rebound. And Colorado really not getting a lot of shots tonight, so... And especially a lot of the ones they've gotten, they've been kind of up top from the outside. The only one was really that Brock Nelson one from the slot. Face-off coming here now in the Montreal zone. Nelson versus Evans. Off the draw, it's one back by Montreal. Matheson here shorthanded. Pass in front. McKinnon denied by Dobish. As a turnover there from Matheson. And he's bailed out by his goalie. Can't get this game due to region subscriptions. That sucks. Tuning in from Melbourne, Australia. Wow. Welcome to the stream, Josh. From Australia. Wow. It's crazy to think that people will watch my streams from other continents. Here's McKinnon now on the right side, trying to break it to center. Stolen back then by the Canadiens, who will clear it down the other way. We are now halfway through the Avalanche power play. Makar drops it back to Natchez. Natchez over up then for McKinnon. McKinnon to Olofsson. Olofsson to the point to Makar. Makar, cross ice pass. Up top, Nelson. Down low, McKinnon. McKinnon to Nelson. Nelson up top. Down low, McKinnon at the goal line. Back to Nelson to Makar. Makar and Nelson exchange. Pass back to McKinnon. McKinnon pass over. And it's deflected wide. Now up to the point. Makar, a shot denied by Dobish. Played back down low. McKinnon battling forward with Hudson. Or not Hudson, Carrier. My bad. Carrier will attempt to clear. It's kept in by Colorado. Now Natchez back to Nelson. Time winding down on the power play. 20 seconds to go. Below the goal line, Olofsson. To Nelson. Over Natchez, a shot blocked. And picked back up then by Nelson. Down low, tied up with Kapanen. Olofsson intercepted. Anderson will clear, and that will do it for the Avalanche power play. Another great kill by Montreal. Colorado did get their fair share of shots. They've started to play up to Montreal's level. Here's Dobson battling for it. Racing for that puck was Boldu. Taken back then by the Avalanche defense. Here's Lehkonen through center. Coming in then is Brindley. Brindley trying to move it in. Shoots it. Saved by Dobish. And Jakub Dobish getting plenty of chances here to open up this second period. Right away, shots are already 5-1. Face-off coming here now in the Montreal zone. It's Denault versus Drury. Face-off one back by the Avalanche. At the point, Burns shoots it. It was blocked. Now Slavkovsky will backhand it to center. And Demidov took a high stick there to the face, and we have another power play coming up. Slavkovsky getting into it with Malinsky, who knocks him down. And we might see 2 penalties called here. Slavkovsky was getting into it. Malinsky just knocks him down to the ground. I think it'll be a Montreal power play. I think Slavkovsky's going to. It might be a 4-on-4. I don't know what Montreal did on this. I don't think you're getting penalized. All right. Habs power play. It's Malinsky, who will go to the box for high sticking. Montreal will head to the power play. 3-1. Yeah, 5-on-4. Shots are 10-10 here in this second period. Face-off in the Avalanche zone. Nick Suzuki takes the draw. He has 2 goals tonight. Face-off won by Montreal. Hudson at the point, pass back to Caulfield. Caulfield banks it up to the point then. Hudson. Lane Hudson up top. Down low, Suzuki. Suzuki to Hudson. Hudson back to Suzuki. Suzuki down low to Caulfield. Back to Suzuki to Hudson. Hudson to Slavkovsky. His shot tips wide. And back around behind the net. Now Nichushkin picks it up. He will clear the other way. Now Hudson steals it back. He'll dump it down low. Picking it up then in the corner is Brent Burns. Getting it for Colorado. Will steal it back and clear all the way down the other way. Now Lane Hudson gets it back here through center. Chips it to Caulfield. Caulfield back over then for Suzuki. Suzuki to Caulfield through center. Suzuki loops it back around to the point. Hudson to Demidov. To Slavkovsky, pass over to Suzuki's intercepted. Here come the Avalanche the other way. It's Makar. Makar, pass over in front. Drury, poke checked by Dobish. What a play. And that could have been fatal. You never know. Here's Suzuki coming in. Slavkovsky, pass over. Blocked by Kelly and cleared. Down low now here in the Montreal zone. It's Dobson. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Second unit comes out on the ice. Kapanen back for Texier. Texier to Kapanen, trying to get that one through there. Back down low in the corner. Burns will steal it and clear it back up to center. Now Dobson. Played back forward then for Kapanen. Kapanen through center. Brings it into the zone. Kapanen battling for it then with Burns. Banked all the way up to the point. Gallagher up top. A shot denied by Wedgwood with the blocker. Nearly said gloved. That was not a glove. Puck cleared all the way down the other way. That'll do it for the power play. Here's a stretch pass then for Gallagher, who will bank it off the boards around behind the net. Battling for it then Anderson. Up to the point. Clear down low then for Evans. Stolen back then by Olofsson, who will clear to center. Montreal gets it right back. About 6 minutes gone in this second period. Time seems to be flying by. It is a 3-1 lead here for Montreal. Girard will go off sides. So there's that. And we'll get another face-off here outside of the Montreal zone. Goaltender stats here so far tonight. You take a look at the likes of Wedgwood. 8 saves on 11 shots is .727. Not very pretty. Dobish, 9 saves on 10 shots is a .900. Here in the Montreal zone, it's picked up down low. Matheson cross-ice pass to Caulfield. Caulfield brings it into the zone. Shoots it, blocked by Girard. Now battling for it down low, trying to get it back is Girard, who will move it behind the net. Backhanded through center. Avalanche take it back. Nathan McKinnon through the zone. Cross-ice pass. Natchez fires it. And it goes wide. I think there might have been some traffic there in front that broke up that play. McKinnon. Point then to Malinsky. Malinsky up top, sends it back to Natchez, who loops it back around, pass over, and nobody is there. Caulfield now through the zone, Matheson. Matheson gives it up to Suzuki. Suzuki trying to break it to center, will just clear that one down low. Now Texier battling forward here in the corner, up to the point, shot there, save, rebound in front, backhand denied by Wedgwood there by Boldu. Now McKinnon down low here for Malinsky. Malinsky off the boards for Natchez. Puck goes up and out of play. 13 minutes left to go here in period number 2. Montreal still holding their 2-goal lead. And as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe down below if you are new to the channel. Be greatly appreciated. Also like the stream as well. We will be live later tonight for Ducks and Canucks. That is our second game here on the commentary slate. And then that'll be our last stream for January. It's been an unreal month. Probably our best ever. Honestly, it was a really good start to the month. And I'm very thankful for it, guys. Really appreciate it. We've gained nearly 300 subscribers this month also. It's been awesome. All right. So again, as I said, the last time these two teams had played each other, it was obviously a 3-1 win for, or not 3-1, a 7-2 win for Colorado. 3-point game by Nathan McKinnon. And that was during a time where the Canadiens were struggling. They were having a rough November. And they turned it around in December and continuing to play better here now through the latter half of this season. Taking a look at the Avalanche's records here when they wear their Nordiques jerseys. They will wear them 8 times this season, 3 more times after tonight. They are 2-0-2 when they are wearing these jerseys. So overall, they've picked up points in all 4 games. That's satisfactory. We'll see if that streak continues tonight. It's not looking great so far here in Montreal, though. Down low now, trying to feed a pass to center. Now Kelly dekes in, saved by Dobush in front. Here's Middleton down low, battling for it then as Brindley gets hit into the boards. Now Bardakov feeds it up to the point. Shot from Kelly there is blocked. Racing forward with speed is Boldu. He'll get to it first. Zach Boldu being tied up then down low by Middleton. Gets knocked all the way down to the ground. Oh, Fraser Menon. Of course, he's cooking up tonight. Montreal clears it back behind the net. Evans feeds it up to the point. Trying to get that one back is Hudson. Battling for it then with Brindley. Trying to get it free. Hudson here off the boards will try to look for options here at the point. Hudson. Pass down low. Evans. Banked up top then Hudson. Hudson looks. Fires it. Saved by Wedgwood. Rebound was there. And stolen back quickly then by Montreal, who will move it through center. Cleared down low now. Denault takes it back. Shots are 14-11 here in favor of Montreal. In the corner now, Middleton battling for it. Anderson's there as well. Up top, Dobson trying to clear it down low. Puck is flicked back to center. Here come the Avs the other way. Kiviranta with Colton. Colton moves into the zone. He's down on the bench side. Puts it through Denault's legs. Back over, pass in front. Girard fires it. Saved by Dobush. And a jab there by Colton. Montreal did not like that. And we get some friendly pushing and shoving. And man, doesn't that look familiar. That's a proper Quebec-Montreal matchup right there. That's what they just said on the broadcast. Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all right. It is what it is. Showing off the brand new Montreal goalie coach there in the stands. Jakub Dobish's career against the Avalanche. He's 1-1, 3.84 goals against, an .864 save percentage. Tonight is his third game against the Avalanche. Here's Burns' shot blocked. Picked back up then by Caulfield. Throws it to center. Racing for it now is Texier. Played off the boards. Avalanche trying to get it back. Nate is battling for it down low with Matheson. Now Caden Gooley here in the corner off the boards. Caulfield to Suzuki. Played ahead then. Racing for it was Texier. Stolen back then by Samuel Girard. Caulfield. Down low then for Matheson. Matheson off the boards to Caulfield. Caulfield through the zone. Comes in. Waits. Fires it. It goes wide of Wedgwood. It got a stick through traffic. Down low now Burns. Pick it up. He tries to clear. Now Natchez takes it back. And now with speed is Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon cross-ice pass. Girard comes in the breakaway. He's in. Saved by Dobish. What a stop by Jakub Dobish with the pad. Pass in front. Denied. Natchez with a huge chance. And Dobish standing tall. Now Nelson tried to throw a pass over. It's intercepted there by Montreal. Suzuki comes back here in his own zone. Halfway through the game and halfway through the period, this crowd here in the Bell Center is getting loud. Here come the Habs through center. Dobson moves in, fires it, denied by Wedgwood with the pad. Down low now, Demidov. Trying to play the puck then down low. Malinsky battling forward as well. Nichushkin. Intercepted then by Slavkovsky. They're chanting Doby in here. Slavkovsky is shot. Denied there by Wedgwood. Here come the Avalanche through center. Lehkonen. Off there for McCarr. Stolen back by Hudson. Here they play the other way. It's Slavkovsky through the zone. Kind of in here all alone with Malinsky. Slavkovsky loops it back around. We'll give it back then down low. It's Hudson poke checking it up to the point. Back to Demidov. Demidov. Cleared behind the net then for Kapanen. Kapanen. Up top Hudson. To Demidov. Shoots it. And it goes wide. Lane Hudson keeps it in the zone. Behind the net then Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky fires it again. Denied by Wedgwood as well. Picked back up then by Nichushkin. Played back down low as the Avalanche regroup. Shot 17-14 in favor of Montreal with 8.5 minutes to go. Cale Makar through center. Cleared into the zone then by Montreal. Picked up by Xhekaj down low. Behind the net then Struble over there for Bolduc. Bolduc through center. Clears it down low. Off the boards then Burns. Throws it all the way down the other way. Racing forward with speed is Xhekaj. Xhekaj will get to it first. Down low now Hudson battling forward as well. Little scrum here in the corner. Picked up by Bolduc. Here come the Habs through center. 3-on-2. Doc with Bolduc. Doc takes it around. Feeds it up to the point. Shot. Goes wide from Matheson's attempt. Down low now Evans. Trying to get that one past Burns. Gets tied up with that puck down low. Bolduc battling forward as well. Olofsson. Back then for Matheson. Down low now Burns. Stolen back then by Montreal. They'll bank it down low. Racing forward is Kapanen, who gets blindsided into the corner. And now we got a fight here in the corner. It's Manson here against Bolduc. Both with their gloves on as Kapanen was hit down low. And they might review this for something. That was a brutal play. Or sorry, it was Gooley. I thought it was Kapanen. I apologize. It was Gooley. I apologize. And Gooley throws off his helmet in disgust. And that's the last thing that Gooley wanted. Again, you look at him. He's had injuries he's dealt with this season, and for him to get hit like that is not pretty. And I can assure you, we have seen Josh Manson fight this season. He's going to have to answer for that for sure. And let's see what the calls are. And they're going to review it for a major penalty. So there hasn't been that many major penalties here in Watch with Nordic history, but there might be one as Manson checked Caden Gooley in the head, and we will get a commercial break here in Montreal. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream. Right now, NHL Network says it'll be a 5-minute major. So it looks like they might actually call this a 5-minute major here, and we'll see Montreal get a 5-minute power play, but sometimes NHL Network is incorrect, so we'll see. Or NHL, the NHL site. But I apologize. It wasn't Kapanen, it was Gooley. I saw the 1 and assumed it was Kapanen. Should have known it was Gooley. Or Goulet. How do you say it, Habs fans? Goulet or Gooley? Just in commercial break here. Shots are 17-14. All right. Here's the official call. There is no penalty on the play. Wow. Wow. They're not calling anything there. Let me see it. I can't tell from that angle if he gets him in the head. I mean, it looks like it does, but I don't really see it. Yeah. What the hell? I need to see that slowed down. You slow that down. He gets him in the... I don't know if it's intentional. Wait, let me see it again. One more time. Okay, never mind. It's not going to show me it one more time. He does look like he kind of gets his arm out there a little bit on him. Like, or the elbow. I don't know. I'd have to see that again. I think that's a little ridiculous. Oh. Yeah, he gets him up there. He gets him up there pretty high. That's brutal. Yeah, he gets him up there. That's looks pretty intentional. In a way. Oh, what are we doing? I don't agree with that at all. And if you guys have been watching the commentaries for a while, you know I like to take the gray area on a lot of things. I don't agree with that call at all. That should at least be a 2-minute. Rescind that to nothing is crazy. All right, well, 5-on-5 here. Nothing we can really do about that. And highlighting Montreal's new goalie coach. Looking at Eric Raymond, who was their former coach. Really rough numbers. Their save percentage was second last in the league since he was hired. It's pretty bad. You hear a lot of boos here in the Bell Center. I know Manson's going to have to answer for that. Here's McKinnon now on the right side. Will fire it on net. It goes wide of Dobish. Played back down low then behind the net. Now Suzuki picks it up, trying to bank that one all the way back into the Colorado zone. Malinsky fighting forward with Texie. Out of the zone now is Makar. Makar, point then to Dobson. Slavkovsky, back to Dobson, who will try and clear that one down low. Off the board, Suzuki to the point. Dobson, trying to move it to center. Dobson, a backhand, goes wide. Montreal been with the worst refs all year long, and St. Louis says nothing. I mean, when St. Louis talks, is it really going to... I mean, like, I'm not trying to defend the refs, because I disagree with that call. I don't know if St. Louis saying something would change the outcome of that. I'm just going to be honest with you. But there's an injury on the play, and he gets him with the elbow. Like, I don't know how that's at least not a 2. Here's Demidov now, banks it through center. Kapanen racing for it then, battling with Burns. And that'll be an icing. But you see them talk to the refs a lot. So I get that sentiment. I'll never forget, and I'm sure Habs fans will remember this, that Lane Hudson trip. I remember seeing that, and I started dying. Like, that was hilarious. It was ridiculous, but it was also pretty freaking hilarious. It's like, are you serious? Well, they even said on the broadcast here that a lot of the 50-50 calls go against the Habs, or that he believes that way or something. I don't know. I don't agree with that call whatsoever. At the point, Hudson, a shot deflects in the air, goes out of play. But again, what do I know? I'm just a kid on the internet commentating a hockey game. 3-1 Montreal in the second period. Shot 17-14 in favor of Montreal. Yep. So we'll be live tonight for Ducks and Canucks. That will be the later game here on our slate. We'll be live for the Stadium Series as well in Tampa Bay. That'll be Bruins and Lightning. So that will be Sunday at 6:30. And then we have that next week of games, and then we're done till the Olympics. And we'll be live for Olympic games, but not a lot of them, because it really interferes with school, which is frustrating, but I agree. I want a Suzuki hat trick. We need a Suzuki hat trick here. The first ever hat trick in live commentary history was scored in this building. Patrick Laine, 3 goals against the Buffalo Sabres, 6-1 win. That was the first ever hat trick in live commentary history. Also, what happened in that game was we hit 3,000 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. Now we're about 1,300 later, and about a year and a couple months removed from that. Sam Montembeault, stats for Montreal since December 30th. His goals against is 36th. His XGF is 58th. XGA is 50th. Save percentage 38th. Yikes. Had a bit of a rough year. And that's why they fired their goaltending coach. Down low now, Gallagher. Here below the goal line, trying to move the puck up to the point. Battling for it alongside Girard. Taken back then by Kiviranta. Kiviranta over there then for Kelly. Trying to throw a cross-ice pass to Drury. Now Middleton. Banks it off the boards to center. Habs will re-dump it back down low. Gallagher. Trying to bank that one around. Donald over then for Anderson. Feeds it up to the point. Now Xhekaj down low. Picked back up then by Middleton off the boards. Kiviranta throws it to center. Now Jack-Eye trying to get it back. Drury dumps it down low. And Dobish leaves it down low then for Carrier. Not Carrier. What am I saying? 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Carrier here in the Canadian zone. Back to Suzuki. Puck flicks up in the air. Thrown to center. Now Texier banks it ahead. Then Makar off the boards. Taken back then by Caulfield, who will bank it around behind the net. Texier off the boards. Taken back then by the Avalanche. Through center, Boldu to Lehkonen. Drops it back, and we got a big hit there down low. Now McKinnon. Pass back over, intercepted. And there's Caden Gooley back on the ice. Had to get him checked out, but he looks like he's okay. And that is great to see there. He's back on the ice. Here's Natchez, throws it down low, off the boards to center. Marty Natchez takes it back. We'll drop it over then for Malinsky. Back to Makar. Makar through center. McKinnon backhands it down low. Montreal steals it right back. No shots here the last couple minutes. Off the boards now, racing forward is Jake Evans. Overtime winner against Vegas on Tuesday. He takes advantage of a Wedgwood fumble, and it's 4-1. Scott Wedgwood tried to play the puck behind the net, and Evans takes advantage, and that's a dang it. Three-point game, or 3-point streak for Jake Evans as Wedgwood tried to play the puck. Kind of fumbled it. Assist on that goal. Caden Gooley with the primary. And Zach Boldu make it a 4-1 lead here for Montreal. Here's some cheers here tonight from the Montreal crowd. Again, Evans, only 7 goals this season. Been a productive fourth liner. Puck is cleared all the way back into the Montreal zone for an icing against the Avalanche. So there you go. And what a play by Caden Gooley to come right into the game after being hit by Manson. Lays a big hit there on Lehkonen and then picks up the primary assist for Jake Evans' goal to make it 4-1. Face-off now here in the Avalanche zone. Now it's Manson who will bank it off the boards to center. With speed then Nichushkin. Avalanche need more shots. They have gotten like no shots at all in this game. Down low now, Kirby Dach off the boards. Hudson steals it back behind the net. Off the boards, Dobson hit off there. Through to center. Now Boldu. Over then for Hudson. Back to Boldu. Can't play that puck properly. Now Dach throws a wraparound. Chance, it goes in! Kirby Dach slips one just through Wedgwood. It's 5-1 Montreal. Welcome back, Kirby Dach. Kirby Dach just slides a puck through Wedgwood. And a little innocent play there. Tried to do a little wraparound. I think it might have just been like a pass in front. And it deflected off of something into the net. So Kirby Dach picks up a goal. I believe the assist will be for Boldu. And Hudson might get a secondary on that. If so, that's a 3-point game for Lane Hudson. Behind the net then, Girard. Trying to bank that one off the boards. Kept in the zone. Slavkovsky moves into the front. Saved by Wedgwood with the pad. You won't get that lucky, unfortunately. Now stolen back then by the Avalanche. They have not had a shot here in a while. Picked up behind the net then by Carrier. 2 minutes to go here in period number 2. Kapanen picks it back up for Montreal, breaking it now through center. It's Doc's 6th goal of the season, assisted by just Boldu, so no point there for Hudson. Multi-point period, though, for Boldu. 2 goals in less than a minute. Shot from the point there tonight. Rebound, they score. Kiviranta catches the rebound on Jakub Dobish, and Colorado answers right back. It's 5-2. And really nothing you can do there, just kind of an unlucky play. I mean, again, it's a rebound in front. You see Drury with the nice feed up top. Malinsky back over. Good rebound play. And Joel Kiviranta tucks that one through. It's 5-2 in favor of the Canadiens. Lane Hudson picks it back up down low. Assist on that goaler from Malinsky and Drury. Make it a 5-2 hockey game here. Whistle is blown dead for icing. Shots are now 20-16. Not a pretty game here for Scott Wedgwood whatsoever. Again, his Watch with Nordic commentary stats coming into this stream. Oh, that's a trivia question. Wedgwood, 2-game stream, 2-0 at 965. Dobish, 783. Things have really changed here with these 2 goalies tonight. And that's when I live stream them, guys. Just do want to say that. That's not their actual stats. Makara's shot goes off the boards, back down low. Trying to bank that one to center then. Makar. Back to Natchez. Natchez over then for Malinsky. Malinsky to McKinnon. McKinnon drops it back for Makar. Makar down low off the boards to Nelson. Nelson pass in front. Saved by Dobish. There on Malinsky. Puck is cleared down the other way. Racing forward with speed is Anderson. And he decides to just get off the ice. We are now heading into the final minute of play here in the 3rd period. Cale Makar will dump it back into the Montreal zone. Matheson off the boards down low. Evans played back Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Suzuki throws it to center. Texier tries playing it down low. Stolen back then by Burns. Brent Burns takes it back then behind the net to Manson. Manson through center. Flipped in then by Drury. Drury, a shot. And that one goes wide. Now Natchez picks it back up down low. 30 seconds left to play. Montreal trying to handle that puck. Suzuki off the boards. Manson battling for it down low. The linesman's getting in the middle of it there. Puck's played back to center. Then Olofsson shot goes wide. Matheson off the boards. Then here comes Suzuki. 2-1. Suzuki into the zone. Moves in. Saved by Wedgwood. Rebound was there in front, but it was denied. Now Drury back to Nichushkin. 10 seconds left. Thrown down low into the Montreal zone. Hudson back to Suzuki, and that will do it. 3 goals in less than 2 minutes in this 2nd period. 2 from Montreal, 1 for Colorado, and it's a 5-2 lead at the end of 40 minutes of play. And that being said, folks, it is once again intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for the 3rd period momentarily. And while I take a breather here before we get into our intermission report, we'll go over the goals that were scored. We'll take a look at the current games going on right now and how they are transpiring. And we'll get into some more stuff there as well here in that 2nd intermission. Here is the trivia question. I'll keep that up on screen here for a little bit. It is, who has scored 30 goals the fastest in Montreal and Nordique history? 2 answers there. Avalanche are not included in that. The answers will be revealed in the 3rd period.
Start your adventure today at the Jeep Start Something New sales event with a great deal.
Trying to find the Evans goal. I'm going to make that a clip. All right. So, second period there between the Avalanche and the Canadiens was a pretty good one, as it is a 5-2 hockey game here. Let's go over the goals that were scored. First off, Jake Evans off of Goulet getting hurt. Trying to move that one through center. It's banked back down low into the Avalanche zone. Evans just picks up a puck that Wedgwood fumbled behind the net and just tucks it into the open net in a wraparound play. And it's been a great game for Jake Evans, who extends his point streak to 3. Kirby Dach moves it through center. And he had a nice little play. He took a wraparound chance behind the net, just slid through Scott Wedgwood there as well. And then not that long after, coming down the other way, Kiviranta picks up a Sam Malinsky rebound from a nice pass in front from Drury. And it becomes a 5-2 lead here for Montreal. So there you go. All right. That's that. Sorry, guys. Just trying to update the, get this clip out. All right, that should be enough time. Thank you all for tuning in as always. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you are new to the channel. It is very much so appreciated.
He's a guy who loves the big challenges, and he showed up tonight, and he's making good save, big save for us. So.
Guy Lafleur played for both. He did. He did play for both. I will not reveal who is correct or incorrect until the third period.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool to play here in Montreal against an OG. Like you said, there's a big history behind those two franchises. So, no, it's cool for the fans. It's cool for
What's up, Vince? Good evening. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, thank you.
And MJ, a good place for us to start as well with Jakob Dobesh, who definitely earned the start again here tonight. The first time he's starting back-to-back games in over 6 weeks. And we say it's always entertaining when he's in the net. The numbers may not be sparkling, but the record sure is.
Wins and losses, they are the single most important number for goaltenders. Maybe not in evaluating them, but maybe in how goalies feel about how they're playing and how a team feels about a goaltender. They can always win. And sometimes you need your goaltenders to make saves at pivotal times of the game. And Dobic may end up this game with
What's up? I wouldn't know. Why do I feel like it's going to be Guy Lafleur? Huh. Montreal is for real. Good call tonight, brother. Go Wings. Yes, sir. All right, just updating this quick call real quick. Down low. Montreal steals it right back. No shots through the last couple minutes.
So he's in the flow times 2 so far.
No shots through the last couple minutes.
The thing with the Montreal Canadiens,
Off the boards now, racing forward is Jake Evans, overtime winner against Vegas on Tuesday. He takes advantage of a Wedgwood fumble, and it's 4-1.
They dictated play for most of the
Scott Wedgwood tried to play the puck behind the net, and Evans takes advantage, and that's a dang it.
maybe not being entirely on top of his game. And these 2 goals late, neither one of them's good. This play of the puck is an abomination, really. That is not what anyone's trying to do. in and fast up and he doesn't take the body on Evans. Like, you gotta hit somebody at that point. That one wasn't great. And the other one for Kirby Duck might have been even worse. But you can do this because there's nothing wrong with taking advantage of a goaltender having an off night. Put pucks around his skates, put pucks into his pads. They get a couple bounces late, and all of a sudden that second goal for Colorado doesn't feel like as big of a deal because they have that 4 now 3-goal cushion.
He's dreaming of changing diapers, not stopping.
Well, listen, you have a kid, your blood changes a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Understandably, you might not be totally focused, but Montreal take a full advantage.
Absolutely. All right, when we come back, we've got a little bit of everything for you, including a brand new Opens notebook. We've got some highlights from around the NHL. A busy night with 15 games on the schedule. Plus, we'll put MJ to the test when it comes to the Battle of
Every truck fund, trucks talk tough. Only one delivers the trucks worth talking about. Ram Truck Fund. The most powerful
Oh my gosh. Trying to update this.
No shots here the last couple minutes.
We'll go over the other scores around the NHL in a second.
Racing forward is Jake Evans, overtime winner against Vegas on Tuesday. He takes advantage of a Wedgwood fumble, and it's 4-1. Scott Wedgwood tried to play the puck behind the net, and Evans takes advantage. And that's a dang. No shots here the last couple minutes. Awesome.
Colorado playing like a beer league team. Huh. Yeah, not pretty. It's been a slump for them for sure.
What year were you born?
They'll get out of it. I think too, like they're on a back-to-back. Wedgwood, you know. It's only one game in January. I wouldn't be worried about. I mean it's only January. I would not be worried about the playoffs right now. But you typically do see it's not uncommon to see a team who won the President's Trophy playing so good to just do a complete 180 in the playoffs and lose in the first round. We just crossed over the 2,000 view mark for this stream. Thank you guys so much. That will beat out last night's stream. Last night's stream just cracked 2,000. All right, other scores around the NHL going on right now. Let's go through all the games and all the games that are upcoming here too. As my score sheet loads here really quick, so just give me a moment, guys. All right. Bruins and Flyers 5-2 Boston. Goals from Arvidsson, Zacha, Mitten, Konechny, Middlestat, Janot, and Grabankin. Makes it 5-2. 3-1 Sabres and Sabres Kings. Tuck and Kempe pick up the goals. Jets and Lightning is 3-1 Tampa Bay. Darren Radish with a multi-point game has 3 points tonight on all 3 goals. I did see Anaheim, Colorado. Anaheim's a decent team, though.
Good news for House fans watching these highlights because now we are in Boston where it's 2-0 Bruins over the Flyers in the second. It's Fraser Minten, the newly promoted Fraser Minten. First line center playing between Geeky and Pasternak at times this game.
Preds Devils 1-1. Dougie Hamilton tied the game in the second period. That looks like a great game going on right now. Isles Rangers 2-0 Islanders heading into period number 3. Blackhawks Penguins 5-1 Penguins. Mammoth Hurricanes is 3-2 Utah. Caps Red Wings is 1-1. Panthers Blues is 3-2 St. Louis. So a lot of goals there in that first period. Flames and Wild 2-0 Wild. And then 4 more games starting later tonight. Sharks, Oilers, Ducks, Canucks, Stars, Golden Knights, and Maple Leafs, Kraken. So plenty of other commentaries tonight. We'd like to congratulate Patrick Kane, who just became the all-time American points leader, scored in Caps, or had a secondary assist in Capitals wings, became the all-time U.S.-born points leader, which is awesome. Congratulations to Patty Kane. And now that begs the question, who will break that record next? I think everybody says Matthews. I wonder with Matthews because Matthews sometimes struggles to stay healthy. And overall, it's been a pretty rough season for Toronto. But I don't know. There's a huge entangling of all my cords down here. I'm trying to untangle them all. Always meant to do this during an intermission. All right, got that one away. Okay. Matthews, ice cold at the moment. I mean, he had a really hot stretch, and then they started losing again. And it's funny that when they start losing again, he just cools down. Or maybe you could just flip it the other way. When he cools down, they start losing. So, goes both ways. All right. Excuse me. That is Jake Evans' first goal on a commentary stream. Shout out Ottawa lockdown defense last night. Yeah, they played a great game. You just got to see if Ottawa can continue that. Zach Bolduc, multi-point period. Kirby Doc also his first goal in a commentary.
Which team had a blue mascot during the Canadian
Yuki was orange.
I wish we had confetti falling from here.
Did I get it?
Winner,
That's
winner,
it?
chicken dinner. Yep, we got 10 out of 10. Plus 1.
Matthew, yeah, he's still been good recently.
I'll take it. Who knew?
I don't know about I was gonna say I don't really know about ice cold. But I thought he's cooled down a little bit. But yeah, 11 goals in his last 13, that's pretty good. All right, third period coming up in just a moment here from Montreal. So stay tuned here. In a couple moments, we'll be back for the third. Glad sends one yesterday. Yes, sir. Big win against the Avs. Hopefully, they will be able to keep up the pace. And I mean, for Ottawa, you just got to keep winning hockey games. That's the biggest thing. Keep winning. And I know I'm kind of speaking the obvious here. The worst thing you can do is just stop winning. Just got to keep winning hockey games. Don't really worry about anybody else. You just got to worry about yourselves and play your game and win. And eventually you'll win enough games to where, who knows, you can get back into a playoff spot. All right, let's get ready for period number 3 here from Montreal. It's a 5-2 lead for the Canadiens here in the Bell Center. Second period recap. Goals were scored by Jake Evans, Kirby Dach, and Joel Kiviranta, as it is a 5-2 lead for Montreal. Stats through 40 tonight. Shots are 21-18 Montreal. Face-off percentage 53%. Power plays, Montreal 1 for 2. Colorado 0 for 2. Hits 20-14. Block shots 12-4. It is Wedgwood in net. Wedgwood is in net. Sorry, I didn't see your initial comment. Face-off here at center, and the third period is underway. Here's Texier now, who dumps it down low into the Colorado zone. I nearly said Quebec. Now Natchez off the boards, feeds a pass to center, or at least he tries to. Taking back then into the Montreal zone. Matheson banks it off the boards to center. Suzuki backhands it down low. Racing forward with speed then is Malinsky. Battling forward alongside Caulfield. Thrown to center. Lehkonen banks that one down low. Picked back up then quickly by Gooley behind the net. Played back over then for Matheson. Over then for Cole Caulfield. Cross-ice pass to Nick Suzuki, who will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Manson clears it off the boards. Racing it now through center is Nelson, who will dump that one down low. Colton feeds it up to the point. Manson back to Colton. Down low then, Brock Nelson battling for it with Hudson. Hudson wins the battle, nearly clears it. And Avalanche trying to keep that one in. They will do so successfully. Here's Colton, looks, pass in front, saved by Dobish, rebounds there, and cleared away by Montreal. Dobish with a huge save. He's played great tonight. Now Brent Burns will take it back here in the Montreal zone. Gallagher down low, battling for it then with Kiviranta as the fourth line's out here on the ice. Off the boards now, Carrier. Back to center. Avalanche trying to take it back. Kiviranta off the boards to Girard, who will dump that one down low then for Carrier, who's hit by Kiviranta. Playing it back down low then behind the net, fed back up to the point. Middleton to Girard. Girard to Middleton. Fires it. It goes in on Dobish. He'll make the save. Now on the right side, Drury. Pass back up top. And that one slides just wide of Dobish once again. Now Denault will play it back here for Montreal. Drop back then for Gooley, who will regroup behind the Canadiens' net. Intercepted in front. And Lehkonen with a huge chance is shot wide. Sticks are going everywhere here tonight. Makar, back to Natchez. Natchez now breaks it through center. Fed back up to the point. Malinsky, a shot blocked. Picked back up then by Natchez. Cross ice pass. McCarr comes in. Pass over. Deflected off of McKinnon's skate just wide. Nathan McKinnon now trying to move it to center. Pass back up to the point for Malinsky. Malinsky shoots it down low. Stolen back then by the Habs. They'll throw a pass to Suzuki, who kind of fumbles the puck. Will just resort to dumping it down low. Remember, he has 2 goals tonight. Cale Makar now behind the Colorado net. Makar, pass all the way back into the Montreal zone for an icing. Nobody touched that. Ooh. Why do I keep putting the wrong number? Shots 19-21. Face-off coming here now in the Colorado zone. Kiviranta versus Kapanen. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Dumped back into the Montreal zone. Picked back up then for another icing. Face-off here again now in the Colorado zone. Won by the Avalanche. Banked off the boards there by Bardakov. Comes into the zone. Throws a shot on Dobish. It goes through the crease. So the shot is not on. Banked all the way back down low. Dobish. Played back over then for Hudson. Hudson. Behind the net. Banked off the boards. Trying to break that one through center. Stolen back then by Colorado. I almost keep saying Quebec. Like, I don't know why I keep almost saying it. Here's Josh Manson off the boards for Burns. Burns fires it. Saved by Dobish. Puck went up in the air. Picked back up by Demidov down low. Avalanche are certainly doing a better job at getting more pressure here out of the gate. And again, as I said a couple times, you need more shots. You needed more than 14 when they were getting dominated. Here's Nichushkin. Down low. Trying to loop it around behind the net. Pass in front. They score. Ross Colton with 15 minutes to go. A nice little pass in front. And don't look now, but it's a 2-goal game. Great play by Valery Nichushkin. Down low below the goal line and a pass in front to Ross Colton. And it is a 2-goal game. Ross Colton, his 6th goal of the season, assisted by Nichushkin. And Ross Colton makes it a 2-goal game. We will see what ensues here in the final 15 minutes. Here's Malinsky now through center. Malinsky, a backhand, goes wide. Trying to play it to the front then was Evans. He'll clear it all the way out to center. Racing for it with speed. Stolen back then by Sam Girard through center. Drop back then. Gooley. I haven't seen Caulfield out here in a moment. Bank down low now. Racing forward is Kirby Doc. Thrown back down low. Avalanche get it back. Drury. Through center, Girard. Kiviranta down low, who already has a goal tonight, trying to deke that one in. Now Dobson to Suzuki. Pass ahead then for Boldu. Boldu to Gooley. Gooley to Doc. Pass ahead then Suzuki. Drops it back. Coming in, Matheson, a shot. And that one goes off of Wedgwood. Here come the Avalanche the other way. It's Nathan McKinnon, full speed ahead. Pass to Natchez, pass over, what a block. Another chance is blocked as well. Huge chance for Brent Burns is blocked. Now a 2-on-1 the other way. It's Suzuki with Hudson. Suzuki to Hudson. Carrier scores! What a pass by Nick Suzuki. For some reason, I thought that was Lane Hudson. But Alex Carrier makes it 6-3 Montreal. And Nick Suzuki with his 3rd point of the game. And it starts off with the blocks. in the Montreal zone. The pass from Natchez, the shot from Burns, both blocked. And then Suzuki takes the puck the other way. You can tell he's tired. Makar there on the 2-on-1. Carrier the backhand pass. And it's a 6-3 game for Montreal. That's what I have, dude. Banked all the way out to center. Montreal holds it down low. Demidov. Over then for Hudson, who banks all the way back into the Colorado zone. Thrown back up to the point. Gooley fires it and goes back below the goal line. Demidov to the point to Slavkovsky. Pass down low is intercepted then by the Avalanche. It's Makar now through center. Cale Makar with room. Comes in, gets knocked down, picked back up then by Montreal and flicked out to center. Avalanche get it back. Nelson will bank that one down low. Assist on that goaler, Suzuki and Doc. And now here they come the other way. It's Anderson looping it around. Gets held off the puck there. Hit by Colton. Back behind the net. Pass is thrown back to center. Intercepted. Chance there for Anderson. Goes wide. Now Denault. Battling forward in the corner. Two Quebec players through the zone. Now Girard comes in. Clears it down low. Intercepted then by Montreal. Blocked. Puck is cleared back into the Colorado zone. Shots are 23-21 in favor of the Habs. 6-3 hockey game. Here come the Avs into the zone. Broken up there by Evans. Clear the other way. Here's Kirby Dach on the breakaway. Fires it wide. Predictions on Kane Sens. I hope the Sens win. Shot there from the point. Gloved by Wedgwood. So Alex Carrier with his 6th goal of the year, assisted by Suzuki, who has a multi-point game, assisted by Doc, who has a multi-point game. 6-3 Canadiens here in the third. What a game this has been. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Please subscribe down below if you are new to the channel. I don't want to look at the Flyers score. Yeah, I saw Kane did it. Good for him. Are you happy that they're not talking about it anymore? Huh. Oh, fuck, I left that on. Am I a Sens fan? Or just from Canada supporting? No, I'm a Flyers fan, man. I'm a Flyers fan, but I cover all 32 teams on this channel. I'm American. 2-0 Edmonton on, or 2-0 San Jose on the Oilers. Let me guess, does Celebrini have a point? If Celebrini has a point, Sharks win. No point for Celebrini yet. I don't feel like looking at the Flyers score. You want the Oilers to lose? Damn. I don't feel like looking at the Flyers score. The Flyers score is not relevant right now, thank you. We're talking about Montreal and Colorado here. Yeah, Montreal looks great. I mean, Wedgwood doing the best he can. 2 of those goals he should have had for sure. It happens. Most goals amongst defensemen since January 12th. Carrier tied with Evan Bouchard for the most amount of goals since the middle of February or January. 3 of those Bouchard goals came in one game. We commentated that. 6-5 win for the Oilers in overtime against the Capitals a little under a week ago. Thank you, Sense Production. I appreciate it. Face-off here in the Colorado zone. 12:20 left here in the third period. Face-off one down low, Evans. Trying to loop that one in front. Cleared back down low then. Girard will bank it all the way through center. Here come the Avalanche the other way. Drury into the zone. Pass back through his legs. Lehkonen gets tied up there with the puck, trying to battle for it. Stolen back by Boldu, who will clear all the way down the other way. Oh, I just flicked all this away. Congratulations on 3K. What do you mean 3K? 3K for what? You mean 4K? That was a while ago, buddy. You're about a month behind. But thank you. Thank you. Here come the Habs the other way. 2-on-1 into the zone. Boldu, a shot goes wide. He had Hudson with him. Stolen back then by the Avalanche. Now Drury trying to bring that one through center. Malinsky through the zone. Will dump that one down low. Matheson. As the wave is going on in Montreal, I can see it corresponding in front of me right now. Here's Natchez at center. Backhanded down low. 11 minutes to go here in this third period. Suzuki fires it wide. Through the zone now, McKinnon. Stolen back then by Suzuki. Yeah, I'm delayed because the stream itself is delayed. So, got to make that known. Here's Malinsky now holding the puck. Dumps that one into the Montreal zone. We are just about halfway through this third period. At the point shot, saved by Dobish. Pad goes away. There we go. I should be caught up now. And it's 7-3 Montreal as I do that. Great. Don't tell me it was the hat-trick goal. I'm going to cry. It was Slavkovsky. Okay. Okay. All right. I was behind. I moved my TV. I set it to live. And, of course, the Habs score again. Uri Slavkovsky. So I missed that goal. Sorry about that. And the Canadiens take a 7-3 lead. And Slavkovsky here with a multi-point game. Kapanen with a multi-point game. Demidov with a multi-point game. What is that? 7-3 Montreal here tonight. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 multi-point games here for Habs players tonight. What a game this has been. Manson dumped down low here now into the Montreal zone. Cleared all the way into the center. Now Josh Manson holds the puck back then for Burns. Burns to Manson. Pass to center is intercepted. Carrier battling forward with Bardakov. Habs try and get it back. Cleared back into the Montreal zone, or at least they're trying to. Down low now, Hudson. And you hear the Ole sound here in the Bell Center. It's loud. And we know how loud this place can get. Evans to Boldu. Fires it, glove by Wedgwood. Shots 26-22. And although we still got about 9 minutes to play here in this third period, this game is pretty much done. Uri Slavkovsky maybe puts the icing on the cake, maybe not. But another 3-goal period here. It's 7-3. They won't change the goalie because Blackwood played last night. So it's going to stay Wedgwood probably. Yeah, so I wouldn't think that Wedgwood would be pulled, especially not now. All right, it is time to reveal the Watch with Nordic trivia question Answer, again, the question was, who scored 30 goals the fastest in both Montreal and Nordique history? The answers: Stéphane Richer with 38 games for Montreal and Michel Goulet for Quebec, who did it in 34 games. So that is the answer to the Watch with Nordic trivia question for today. I saw some of you guys got the Goulet right. Nobody guessed Richard, though, I believe. So Stéphane Richer with Montreal's and Goulet with Quebec. Some of you guessed Goulet. I didn't see any Richard guesses, but there you go. That is today's Watch with Nordic trivia question. And we will have a different one for the later stream we're doing tonight, Ducks and Canucks. So there you go. That'll be tonight's commentary stream. Nick Suzuki with the performance player of the game. 2 goals, 1 assist. Absolutely phenomenal game tonight from Suzuki, and it can only get better from here. Yeah, I saw some Goulet answers. I saw a couple of Stastny answers. Back into the Montreal zone. Lane Hudson picks up that puck, trying to bank that one off the boards. Kept in the zone, though, by the Avalanche. Kiviranta back down low. At the point, Manson, a shot into the glove of Dobish, who makes the save. Showing off the Olympic game. Olympies for Montreal. It's Nick Suzuki, Uri Slavkovsky, Oliver Kapanen, and Alex Texier, who will be going representing their countries in the Olympics. I still think Cole Caulfield, especially after, the last couple of weeks, he's certainly been snubbed. Here come the Habs now through center, one-on-one. Caulfield trying to bring it into the zone. McKinnon back to Natchez. Banked off the boards, back into the Canadian zone. It's Matheson with the puck, drop back for Suzuki. Suzuki banks it through center. Another Sigma level event. Puck out to center, back all the way into the Canadian zone. It's Mike Matheson here down low. Matheson pass back to Caulfield. Caulfield to Suzuki. Suzuki, he's got Texier. Suzuki shoots it, and it's blocked and goes wide. Now McKinnon played forward back into the Montreal zone. Dumped in then by Suzuki. Down low, Lehkonen. Off the boards, McKinnon. Through the zone now, Nichushkin throws it back up to the point. Gerard banks it back down low. Nichushkin behind the net to McKinnon. McKinnon played forward. Lehkonen, a shot save. Rebounds there. And that one is denied. Now Slavkovsky here through center will dump that one into the Colorado zone. Puck is tipped off a Demidov stick. Kapanen battling forward. It comes to center. What's up, Brandon? Welcome to the stream. Here's Colton. Drops it back to Nichushkin. Pass back over. A backhand by Lehkonen's blocked. Colton to the point to Burns. Burns back to Manson. Fires it on. Saved by Dobish. Rebound slides just wide. Taken back then by the Avs again. Colton to center, a shot. That one's wide as well. Lehkonen down low. Banks it up to the point. Burns. Pass over, a shot. And Manson, big block. Rebounds there in front. And jabbing at it was Nichushkin. Played back away then by Montreal. Slavkovsky will come back and regroup in his own net. 6:30 left to play here in the third. 7-3 lead for Montreal. Racing now with speed is Anderson. Anderson loops it around. Pass over. And he nearly set up Gallagher, who fires it on Wedgwood. And he makes the save. Puck goes out of play, so they will blow the whistle. Itchy nose. So, funny enough, the last time these two teams played each other, Montreal gave up 7. And now Colorado has given up 7 here. So it's kind of a completely flipped script. These two teams will split the series. And a little fun fact for those who may be longtime watchers of the commentaries, this will be Montreal's second win in a live commentary stream. Their first win since the very first time I live streamed them. It's nuts. So they were on like a 7-game losing streak. And we've commentated them seven times. So 6-game losing streak. Down low now behind the net. Colorado gets it back. Girard will break it through center. Shots are dead even here in this game. Through the zone. Pass in front there for Nelson's broken up. Now behind the net, Evans. Played back down low. It's Gooley who will flip that one through the zone. Racing for it then is Boldu. Taken back then down low by Malinsky. Malinsky through center to Drury. Drury comes in. Try to throw a pass over. It's intercepted there by the Avalanche. They will come back to center. Just crossed over the 3,000 view mark on this stream. And I believe, if I'm correct, that is what, the 6th time we've done that ever? No, 8th time. Wow. Colorado gets it back. Shot on Dobish. And he makes the save once again, he's played well tonight. Nearly made 30 saves. And less than 5 minutes to go in the third. There is no crunch time. We will go to commercial. 7-3 Montreal. Yeah, that's the 8th time we've had a 3,000 plus view stream. Wow. Crazy. Thank you all so much for your continued support here on the commentaries. It means a lot. It's been a fun couple of weeks. We are coming up on 4,400 subscribers. And my goal is 5K by June. I think we could get to like 5K before the playoffs, which I love to hear. 6-2 Pittsburgh. Yikes. Not great for the Hawks. But I guess what did we expect? Tomorrow, I've been heavily anticipating it. Rookie update for January is tomorrow. I apologize for not getting to it until tomorrow. But it's been rough. Thank you, Sense Production. I appreciate that. Hopefully, just got to keep at it. That's my advice. I've been doing this for 6 years. Got to keep at it. And we've had some great results this year, so hopefully the success will continue. So again, I'll reveal the trivia answer again. Stefan Richer and Michelle Golette. Am I doing a live stream for the Sens? I will be live for Ottawa. Let me check my schedule. I will be live for the Senators on Monday when they take on the Penguins. So we do have a Senators stream coming up. It'll be Sens Pens. Haven't streamed the Penguins that much this year at all to begin with, so looking forward to getting them in for another commentary as well. Also, Preds Capitals on the docket too. Face-off one here by the Avalanche. They can't keep it in the zone. It'll slide all the way back into the Colorado zone. It's Makar now behind the net. As the chants here are loud in Montreal. This team is happy with their team's success. Here they come through the zone. Caulfield, a shot. Goes above Wedgwood. And out of play. And I think this puck will stay in play. As good chance there for Cole Caulfield. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Yeah, this one's been great tonight. Who doesn't love all the goals? I mean, obviously, for those who have been watching for a while, you know we keep track of the goaltender stats and all that, but goals, goals, goals. It always does great for me. Face-off coming here now in the Colorado zone. One back then by the Canadiens. Cleared down low in the corner. Then Colton battling forward off the boards. Demidov. Played ahead then Lehkonen. Pass over. Racing forward with speed and banked into the zone. Down low is Manson. Now Dobson. Clears it down low behind the net. Pass over then for Colton. At the point. Manson a shot. Saved by Dobish. And now clear down low to the corner. Dobson gets it back behind the net for Matheson. Mike Matheson now holds the puck off the boards for Demidov. Demidov to Slavkovsky through center. Slavkovsky pass down low, just wide. Demidov, they got like a skate on it or something. Here come the Avalanche the other way. It's Colton battling for it with Jack Guy. Habs get it back. Demidov down low behind the net for Hudson. 7-0. Damn, that's a good game to go to. I saw Minnesota play live this year too. Down low now, Girard clears it around behind the net, back for Brindley, who will get it to center. Down low now behind the net, trying to pick that one up is Kelly. Off the boards, Montreal gets it back. Gallagher. Pass over then to the point for Xhekaj, who will clear that one down low. Middleton battling forward with Gallagher. Through the neutral zone now, Bardakov. Dekes in, gets knocked off the puck. Now Xhekaj here down low. Off the boards for Gouli. Caden Gouli will press through center. Dumps it down low. Puck slides around behind the net then. Malinsky, poke checked away off the boards. Now Kirby Dach battling for it. It's a tie-up here on the right side. 2.5 minutes to go. Up top, Carrier to Bolduc. Back to Gouli. A shot saved by Wedgwood. Try to play that one to center. Evans up top. Shot from Carrier goes into the glove of Wedgwood, who covers. Shots 29-28. And looking at Montreal's upcoming schedule before the Olympic break, they will take on Buffalo, Minnesota, and Winnipeg in their Western road trip. We will be live next Wednesday for their final game before the Olympic break when they take on Winnipeg. So stay tuned for that. We'll be live for Montreal once again very, very soon. Again, we commentate all 32 teams here on the channel, so be sure to subscribe down below. Face-off here in the Colorado zone, won by the Canadiens. Shot is blocked there from the point. Matheson sends it down low. Battling for it then is Dach behind the net. Now Bolduc trying to get it back. It's tipped off the boards. Up top then Evans. Shoots it. Back down low. Dach here in the corner. Battling for it McKinnon then. Cleared back to center. Up top, they tried to dump that one down low. It's stolen back quickly by Brent Burns. Burns turns over the puck. Demidov now 2-on-1 with Evans. Demidov into the zone. Moves to center. Gets the shot on, but Wedgwood makes the save. And they blow the play dead. And we'll get another face-off. Taking a look at the Atlantic Division standings. Montreal will likely tie again with Buffalo for that third place spot. Again, that Atlantic Division is just such a bloodbath. You have 3 of the top 3 teams are tied up. Boston's going to get a win here tonight as well. This division stays more and more competitive. Cleared back to center then. Canadiens trying to break it through the zone. Xhekaj off the boards now. It's Nelson back over then for Nichushkin to center. Shoots it wide on Dobish. Nichushkin battling for it now on the right side. Kept in the zone, Colton. Stolen back by Kapanen. Kapanen to Uri Slavkovsky. Over then for Carrier. Carrier through center. Slavkovsky. Back in the Montreal zone. We are now in the final minute of play in regulation. Trying to bank that one off the boards here now. Down low now, Xhekaj. Trying to throw a pass to Slavkovsky. Up to the point, Demidov. Down low, Carrier for Girard. Time will tick further and further down. Slavkovsky behind the net. Shot goes wide there, 30 seconds to go. Again, we will be live for the Ducks and the Canucks later tonight. In just a matter of 20 minutes or so as the time ticks further down. And we got a fight at center ice. It's Jack-Eye versus Middleton. And it was quickly broken up. I didn't even see it. They were panned to the other side of the play. And the refs are not letting Middleton and Jack-Eye go, so there you go. And Middleton will just head home. So Avalanche conclude their road trip here out to Eastern Ontario and Quebec. Wearing their Nordique jerseys tonight, they only get 2 of 6 points that are available to them. Not the prettiest numbers you want to have there for sure, but I guess you'll take what you can get. And they're going to have a 4-on-4 here. There's 20 seconds left. I don't really know what the point is. Or no, is it an Avs power play? What are they doing on my screen right now? Middleton called up from the AHL a couple of days ago. So 20 minutes of 4-on-4 time here. It's not like it really matters. This game's over. Face-off is won by Montreal. Played back down low. And the Canadiens here in a little rematch 30 years later against the Quebec Nordiques. They get the upper hand with a 7-3 win here in the Bell Center. Final score, the Habs 7 and the Avalanche 3. Quick little recap here of the goals. Dobson, Nelson, Suzuki, Evans, Doc, Kiviranta, Colton, Carrier, and Slavkovsky. And it is a... Oh, McKinnon gave somebody a stick. And it is a 7-3 final score here for Montreal. All right. That will do it for me here tonight. I knew this was going to be a great commentary when I marked it on my calendar in November. And what do you know? Yes, it was. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, subscribe down below if you're new. I got to get ready for Ducks and Canucks coming up next, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, that is it for me. Thank you for watching, and I will